Hi, my name's Sophia. Welcome to this community, or, welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk to you about 5D really, and the 5D contract. And why I want to talk about it is because since the shift of the two worlds, which was the beginning, December, from November, let's just say, to January, February, there was a split in two worlds, which most people knew about it, called the New Earth, whatever, right? And that really was to change the contracts of Lightworkers, Starseeds, Humanitarians, whatever you, your title, what you feel you are connected as, because you're all different stars, how many billions of stars, and you're all connected to several stars, but more one than the other. So I want to talk to you about what I'm kind of spitting out here and explain it a little bit more detail, so you know why you are here, why you feel different, and the actual contract, why it's changed, that kind of thing. So I'll start off about 5D. So 5D is D is dimensions. All human beings are multi-dimensional beings. What that means is that when you go to sleep, you go into a dream state. So that is a state of awareness. So when your eyes are open, this is third dimensional state of awareness. When you go to sleep, you go into the imagination state. That is another different state of awareness. Why do you say it's different? Why do I say it's different? And why do people say it's different? Because when you're in your imagination, or when you're sleeping, you could wake up and say, I was floating in the sky on a banana boat with Mars bars as my fingers. My point is, you say things in your dream state that you wouldn't see in your reality of your 3D when you are awake. So that means we are multi-dimensional, not just as 3D, we are multi-dimensional beings. The perception and the deception, the lies, let's just say, of this planet is that we are only on one state, meaning we are just 3D. And 3D is the lowest density frequency planet, meaning that is just the physical world. Meaning you build it, then, you can have it. But that's not correct. We are multi-dimensional. If you go, it doesn't matter if you don't have dreams. When your eyes are closed and you get that rapid eye movement, I have about the imagination. It's in the playlist if you want to know about it. Dream state or something like that. When you start to go, when you fall asleep, doesn't matter if you're not having dreams, there's plenty of reasons. You suppressed it from childhood because you've had negativity or drugs or whatever, right? But you do dream, and that is an altered verse of reality. Now, the versus of reality is 3D is planet Earth, then 4D. 4D is literally a gateway. It's called the pathway, the gateway, the gatekeeper. It's called in films. Can't remember which film. And there's a black guy. Oh, he weren't in the last film I watched. And they're normally a bridge. You'll see a bridge in these Marvel or these superhero films, and they're on the bridge and they're like, you cannot pass, thy shall not pass. I think it's in all those wizardry, Hobbits or what, Lord of the Rings. They have all this. That's all 5D when they won't let you pass. That's 4D, 5D, and I'll talk about that why as well. Then, so there's 3D, 4D, then there's 5D, right? 3D planet Earth, then that's when, they say like, you will be judged to go to Earth, to then go to heaven. That's 4D. All those stories are about that. So that really is the entrance level to you to get to higher consciousness of awareness. And that really is it. So not much people talk about 4D, but that is what 4D is. It's the bridge, the pathway, right? Then there's 5D, 60, 70, all the other dimensional states of awareness, right? Each dimension has really a purpose and a focus. They're not really better than each other after 4D. They're all higher levels of consciousness, just different dimensional states of awareness for different experiences. So I want to talk about 5D. Now, 5D is very important to you if you're listening to me, because 5D is where all the contract is for the humans on earthly plane, because it is the closest level from higher awareness. So there's 3D, then there's 5D. 4D is the pathway, right, to get to there. You shall not pass, right? Then there's 5D, but 5D is known as higher consciousness. So if you was chosen, or you chose, because you get chosen and you choose to be on 3D, you could be on 9D and you're like, oh, I want to go to 3D and experience this planet. They then place you onto this 5D conscious level. 5D is known as the twin flame contract. But here's the thing I want to explain. Loads of spiritual teachers. I will give an example. Most people know Tony Robbins. Now, if you go into the history of Tony Robbins with his wife, I think her name is Sage or something like that, you will see that that is a twin flame, that she is a twin flame. There are many spiritual leaders, entrepreneurs, light workers, starseeds, and they have a twin flame connection and they don't know that they actually have it. So that's one side of it, right? And then there's, because I've got a video, I think, in my playlist with Tony Robbins, and he talks about my mission on this planet, right? So he talks about his mission is to transform people's life with his videos of transforming people's lives, right? So he's a twin flame, and when he talks about his journey, and you hear his wife say, I feel I was chosen to be, I was built and I was chosen to be with Tony. She talks like twin flame. My point is that there's all 5D, if you feel like you have some bigger purpose on planet Earth, and then I'll go into your person because it's very important as well, obviously. If you feel like you're here, you feel different. You feel like you're more loving than most. You care a lot about animals and people. You feel like you know things of the future. You might know of the past. If you feel different, right? Or the other thing, if people treat you differently, that could be nicely or bullied, right? Generally, you're from this 5D contract. So you could be from another dimension, right? Well, generally, you're starseed, a seed from the stars. And you're like, I want to go and experience planet Earth. Now, planet Earth is the only planet that is unique, different, and special. I want to tell you a little bit why of that. When you go to your planet Earth, is the experience planet, is the physical plane. All other verses of reality, like, for example, if I say I want a packet of wine gums, then instantaneously I feel like wine gums, right? Wine gums is there, right? If I feel like I want a mansion, then instantaneously I get a mansion. Whatever you want, you come into your reality. And the reason why that is because upstairs there's no corruption, there's no polarity of planets, negative and positives. It's simply be. You just is. It is. So why would people go from that dimension to live on this planet with all this corruption and with this polarity of negative, positive, yin, yang, light, dark? Why would you do that? The reason why people volunteer, now there's two aspects of it. The soulmates want to come here, such as you, right? But there's another reason why you come here. But generally soulmates, right, come here because they want to experience it. Like I said, I could say I want to have a mansion and it's into my reality. I want a packet of wine gums is in my reality, right? Upstairs in all verses of dimensions. On this planet, I have to physically get some money, so I have to be working, right? Or, go and apply for benefits. Then I have to physically go to the shop and I get the physicality of tasting and having that experience. That's what upstairs is instantaneous there into your reality. So people want to experience this planet. People say, why am I here? What's the purpose of this life? This planet is for you to experience. That's what it is. It's the experience planet. The other reason, so that's all soulmates, why they're here. The other reason, now you might be watching as a soulmate, because I have soulmate community, twin flame community, new earth community. This video is going to all of you. You might be here saying, I'm a soulmate, so why am I watching this? Soulmates still feel like they want to save planet Earth. They're humanitarians, they're activists. They have that inner calling that planet Earth is fucked. They want to help children. They're kind and they're nurturing. You all have different contracts. If you have that calling. So generally you're here to experience it. And secondly, you're here to change it. This planet is unique and special, and because it is the experience planet, there are dark entities want to rule us because they know that upstairs everyone is equal, everyone is same, everyone gets what they want. That's why there's no corruption, no nothing, no badness upstairs. When people die, it's fucking happy days upstairs. Absolutely. I don't know why people grieve. It's like, for example, if you had a kid and they said they're going to have the best life ever, why would you cry? You might cry because you miss them, but people suffer really bad. They're going to a better place. His upstairs is far better. This planet is corrupted. So they know entities got together, elite secret society, Illuminati, right? Think, okay, well, this planet is a physical world, and to have the physical world, you have to put money. Right? You need your money to buy things. There's a deeper reason, but I don't want to go too deep into this video. I'm already long, right? So, okay, well, money rules the world. Hence why in tarot cards, the world is pentacles, right? So money rules this world. Well, hold on. If we have all the money, then we rule all the people and we rule the planet. So that's the entities have taken over. So the more money you have, the more freedom you have. So upstairs knows there's been corruptions to other planets and everyone helps everyone upstairs. It's literally like the movies, the films you watch with all the council round the table with, what's his name? I can't remember his name. There's no, the man, I don't even know the film. Anyway, they all gather around the table with all the leaders and all that kind of thing. It's literally like the film. And from all the planets, they have someone who's a main leader, the round table, that's what it's called. And then they say, oh, okay, what can we do to save planet Earth, right? And then, you know, because light speed is faster upstairs. That's why they say you train lifetimes after lifetimes to be here. That's correct. Because upstairs, if you're there a week, upstairs on space, downstairs on planet Earth, it could take 2 years, right? That's what the time. That's why they say it takes lifetimes of training. Because literally it takes, say, 10 years, lifetimes and stuff like that. Anyway, so you train, you're like, okay, I want to experience this planet, plus I want to save the planet as well. So you go to 5D. So all light workers, twin flames, humanitarians, activists, whatever label you want to call it, sensitives, empaths, anything that is connected with an altered verse of reality, dimension, 5D, that is where you're from, 5D. Like I said, and generally it's known as a twin flame. Now, why do I say twin flame? Because it is such a massive task and isolation of a task to change this planet. Trust me, people call me mad. People come and leave. People do slag me off in videos. People, to be against the norm, you're going to get slagged off, going to get cussed out, you're going to get said you're mad, said you're crazy. If you even say now to someone there ain't no virus, they look at you like, what the fuck, are you mad, you crazy, just by saying stuff like that. So what they've done on the 5D contract is giving you someone to help you so you don't feel alone on this physical world, because upstairs dimensionally they're all one. We are all one anyway. But this separation, division on this 3D is a perception. We're not separated. We're still aligned, but they've manipulated our thought form, right? So that we think we are alone unless we have another physical body. But that's not true. Never mind if it's true or not. It is that most people feel isolated and separated if they haven't got that physical person. So they know that upstairs, so they give you a loved one who you feel aligned with, because they know that your children grow old and leave the nest. Kwan has left home. I'm going to see his place tomorrow. So yes, they leave home, don't they? So you have someone so that you can change this planet Earth together. But here where it comes the drama, right? Because your person is a polar opposite to you. Right? How they think, how they feel, how they look, their color, their religion, their family. Generally, they're the opposite to you. Now, there is circumstances where, you know, it's not always the case, right? Generally, there's a contract with someone in particular. Like me, my contract is slightly different than most, because my contract is included of being entrepreneurial, to help people to make their own business, to be independent and free. It's part of the contract, but it's slightly different. You see, there are others that I have in the community or readings. I say, listen, your contract is different. And you might feel that. I did feel it was different, but I didn't know until I've started. Anyway, so you are here to change planet Earth, and you have someone else, a soul's contract, right? That's where the soulmate came from, but it wasn't supposed to be mate, because when you think about mate, that's a buddy, right? No, a soul's contract, right, with someone, which is a soul's connection, right, that you have on this planet. Here's the thing. Spiritual leaders come up here and they get this soul contract. You always meet your twin flame. You always meet that person. And they say, that's not my person because that's too much drama. I'm a spiritual leader. I'm love and light. You know, I'm all good. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I've attracted a druggie who doesn't want to work, who's lazy, who's loud, who's leery. You know, they're the opposite. So they repel them. So they don't even get to know that, you know, get rid of them. They don't even get to know about the twin flame contract. So there are people, like I said, such as that have someone and they say, I had someone, but they were too much drama and I got rid of them because I love myself and I couldn't put up with the drama. Not really right. Or there's people like Tony Robbins that if you go into his history, I promise you, he's a twin flame. Why? Because he isolated himself to work on himself for years. I think he slept in a car. He didn't see friends or family for years and worked on the tattoo I have. Can't remember because I can't see my tattoos. I think he said he worked on the Napoleon Hill book, and he created all his audios and all that stuff. And then he met his twin flame. That is the work you need to do. He didn't have to buy my programs, let's say. Why? Because if he was isolated. So he removed all the negativity, situations, circumstances and events and focused 100% on himself, which was self-loving, and then created what he was manifesting was being isolated into his reality, which was his mission, his soul's contract. Then his person came into it. He had the 3D drama. He had a wife when he met that sage, and they had the same twin flame contract as most of us have with that 3D situation. So there's people that get rid of their twin flame, don't even know that they're twin flames, and say, oh no, this person's too much conflict. But the conflict is so that you remember that you're 3D, and 3D is fucked and corrupted. So you have to learn to align, because your person shows up, which is what your job is, to help planet Earth. For example, say my person, I'm not saying this is my person, right? Say my person was a druggie and he was homeless and couldn't keep down a job and had drama with all babies' mums and all that, right? I repeat, that's not David, but, right, then that might be something of my contract. So I have to learn. He is teaching me, how do I learn to deal with people who struggle with drug abuse? How do I learn to deal with people who have babies' mums, who is a nightmare? But what generally spiritual leaders will say, that's not my person. Nah, I'm a spiritual leader. I want a spiritual person, right? Or like I said, Tony Robbins is the absolute opposite. So your person is, their contract is slightly different. I've said this in a video, but I'll explain it again. So you two are up there on whatever levels, whatever, you know, you might be from different planets. Like my person, David, is a Lyran. I think it's called Lyran. And I'm actually called, I don't know what it's called. I call it a bunny hopper. That means I bunny hop from planets to planets, considering which planet is out there now. See, now, yesterday it was Libra. Now I'm into Uranus, I think it's called. So but see, you could be different planets, but you are connected upstairs as one. So you two are happy upstairs, right? And you're like, say, I'll talk about my person. I'll say, oh, well, David, should we do this contract on planet Earth? And he's like, yeah, let's do that. Right. So you and your person upstairs agree to do that. So, okay, you go down and you meet the council or the 5D and you decide and you chat and you go, yeah, okay. They say, okay, you're going to have lifetimes and lifetimes of training. And yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for that. That's a 5D contract. Then they pull you two aside, right? When you've done your training and everything, and they give you the actual contract. They do it separate for a reason, because on the 3D, it's fucked. They have to make it clear because you're so loved up upstairs. You're like, nah, it's fine. We'll do it together and rah, 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 right? But when you come to 3D, it's completely different. So they have to separate you. Plus the contract is different. So they pull you aside and they say they're talking to me. They go, oh, you, they don't speak like that. You know, upstairs, they don't talk like that, right? Go, oh, you, listen, right? When you go downstairs, you are going to tell you, you're going to meet your person and you're going to think, you're going to feel this connection. You're going to think, what the fuck, this person ain't for me. You're probably going to argue with him. He's going to be different to you. You won't fit into the family. Family might hate you. Going to have a third party, blah, 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 blah. Will you accept it? And we naively think, yeah, of course, look, because you're 5D, you're upstairs and you think, oh, you know, he loves me. He's going to recognize me. He's going to feel this connection with cups, right? So that's why they pull us aside. They're like, don't think that it's like this here now, what it is down there. It's fucked, right? You know, they don't speak like that, right? So that's what they pull you aside. Then they pull Mr. Man, say David aside, and they say, listen, right? She's going to say, argue with you. She's going to be pushing you to change yourself. She's going to try to get you to be even fucking spiritual. I know you're spiritual now, but you're not going to be downstairs. Downstairs, you're going to be a grafter. You're going to be working hard. You're going to be doing physical work. You're more of a spiritual person up here. So your physical body is going to be aching. You're going to be having children from different babies' mums, all that drama. You got to get into drugs, and the drugs actually, which is really interesting, because we go into the spirituality of life, right? But they have this heightened connection because they're from upstairs, your person. So that's why that most of your masculines are on drugs, because they're like, I'm not a spiritual person, Sophia, fuck off with your 3D, 5D twin flame shit. I'm going to go and do some coke or some weed. That's why they're always getting high to connect with oneself, because they got that connection from 5D, right? Well, upstairs planets, right? So they're like, you're going to do drugs. It's completely different. And the masculine agrees. He's like, well, give me anything. I can take on anything, because they're masculines. So you two come downstairs and guess what? Exactly what they tell you, then they separate you, right, is what happens. So you don't recognize each other. Now, why I'm spitting out this, because I've already said this already in a video, is that the old way changed from November. There was a change in the split of the two worlds. Because of the change of the split of two worlds, the old twin flame contract has changed, because they've recognized that, first of all, it wasn't working, because what happened was the feminines, unfortunately, but it was... this planet's frequency is of love frequency. So when they kind of got their person, then they changed it into all we need is love. Love is love and light. Love is the way forward. Our contract is about love, because this planet is a love frequency. That's why you get twin flames with their person talking about one love, love yourself. But that wasn't the contract, because yes, correct, loving yourself helps, but that doesn't help everybody, right? Because you just loving yourself is not removing the negativity, it's not knowing about natural laws, it's not knowing about other Starseeds, Pleiadians, Lightworkers, Andromedas, other, you know, it's not really the full contract. It's part of the contract. So it wasn't working. And as you can see, if you're watching me, no twin flames, spirit, it's not even twin flames. That's what this video is about. It's not even twin flames. It's spiritual leaders are hardly ever together. All those people that do talk videos like this, right, who don't even have labels. They just say, okay, I'm a Pleiadian, right? And they're talking about what's to come on this planet because they're getting their downloads, which isn't downloads, it's knowing, right? And they talk about that. They're still single, right? They still are not, because they don't understand the contract. So the contract has changed so that you understand, right? Well, first of all, a few months ago, they cut the push and the pull. You might be still pulled to your person, but what they've recognized is that there's a lot of corruption with this push and pull. There's a lot of people that are paying tarot readers, people, to cut the cord when there is no cord. Energy you can't cut, right? Energy, it can't be separated. So for them to say we're cutting a cord, what fucking cord? What, the birth cord? I don't know what they're talking about, right? There isn't, right? There isn't such a thing. So they know there's a lot of manipulation with people. Some is intentional, some is naively not going into what they're doing and just making it up. Oh, I'm cutting the cord and I can help you. So they like, okay, well, they're ending that massive pull towards your person, and so that you freely feel you're still connected because you're energetically aligned with this person. This is a soul contract, but they made it more of a pull, energetic pull, so that you stick onto the contract. Now it's your choice. So what you're realizing is they're waking you up with the planets now to the choice of, well, that's your person, but the free choice to go with your person or not. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because there's many of you that are listening. And like I say, you might be saying, oh, my person's so 3D. Trust me, I know exactly what you're on about, right? They're so 3D. They just love their 3D job. They just want to, you know, go to work and see the children. And there's two worlds. They're trying to split. Do you see, most of you are now recognizing this shift of the two worlds, because your person is reflecting to you to the shift of the two worlds that's in this reality. So you may be feeling at this point in time that, hold on, they want me over here. They know I'm the person. That's one world, but they're staying over here in this delusional world. Well, it's not delusional, but a world of their friends, family, third party, blah, blah, blah. They're mirroring back to you of the shift of the two worlds to say, now is the time to step up, because this is the time for us to move forward. But it's important for you to know that they are showing you what the 3D looks like, right? Your person might have the vaccine, or your person might be talking about the virus. That is what you are here to battle against. That's what that you have someone who's showing you the way. What is supposed to happen is you're supposed to take a little bit from him, he's supposed to take a little bit from you, and then you get an equal balance in a relationship, right? Then you teach others how to live off planet Earth, but also live with altered versions of reality, because you must use your imagination and higher realms of reality to get things into your world to manifest. It's not just about what the corruption on planet Earth is. They say to you, get a job, get the money up and buy things. But a true master knows that you use your imagination to manifest, and imagination is to do with the hidden realms, about trust in the universe. You have to use all the alchemical elements to then manifest. Most people don't manifest. So the overall essence of why you are here is about manifestation. Manifesting your experience, right? So most people don't do that. So you have a person there, generally, like I said, the two worlds is reflecting to you of why you are here. It's not for you to fuck them off. It's not for you to... Now, I've just got to make this clear. Along the journey, you do split up a lot, right? And that time you split up is the training of getting into ascension period for you to get into the higher mind. So I'm not saying you meet your person and you just totally agree with everything they say. That's not it. That's some of you. Then there's, you don't agree, you don't like it, but you just let them do what they want to do and you live in these two worlds, right? That's not great. Or there's some of you just fuck off your person. Oh, he's a fucking nightmare. I don't want nothing to do with them, but you still feel pulled towards them. I don't want them, but you still feel pulled. Like I said, you're supposed to do it at a way where you're teaching them through influence from what you're doing. They're programmed just as much as you. You're programmed when you come to not centennial, all humanity, right? When they experience planet Earth, their mind is wiped. So tarot reading resonates, is reminding you of who you really are. That's what it is. I'm reminding you of what you already know. It's just wiped, right? But you have a knowing. That's what knowing is, right? You have a knowing of what I'm saying. So I'm reminding you what your contract is. And your contract is your person here. And the battle you have with your person is the programming of the 3D, which is your contract, to tell people, listen, don't work 12 hours a day. You're programmed to just work 12 hours a day and get the pentacles. But the imagination, there's a program. But you follow the program as well to argue. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to argue with your person, but if you're doing it through the 5D contract in the right way, you pull away, you put your point of view, and then you pull back, right? Then there's a split. And then your person raises in consciousness because you've pulled back. Then you move forward. You need to do the contract correctly. Most of you, like I say, don't have the right people, the right tools, right? Well, you have the tools because we're all magicians on this planet Earth. There's no one who can't manifest, right, on this planet. No one. So you have the tools, but you're not getting told how to do it correctly. So that's what I wanted to talk about. The contract, the 5D, the new way forward. The new way forward is for us to recognize that our person is not going to show up spiritual. That's the main thing of the shift of the two worlds with the new contract of the 5D contract, whatever you call yourself. Lightworker, humanitarian, whatever you call yourself, is because our person is not going to be a spiritual leader and you're going to sit. I'm not saying you can't do videos with him, right? You see videos with me and David, it's in the playlist. What I'm saying to you is that it's not about changing your person to the old way of doing it, because the old way, they're both talking about spirituality. You only need one to convince you about spirituality, and your person should be there talking about 3D or whatever he wants, whatever, right? You're not even supposed to get involved in that, to be honest with you. So if you have someone there and they're 3D, then they're on track, right? Our mission is to search for answers. Our mission is to get enlightenment. Our mission is to find out about universal law. Our mission is to find out about love. Our mission is to tell people that this bodysuit is not real. Our mission is to say, why are you bothered if your family, your son is gay, or if your son wears a dress, or if they want to have their whatsies cut off? That's our mission, right? About how stupid it is because it's not real. Your person's mission is about how this planet is. Their contract was already created and they are living the contract. So whatever they're doing is correct. You are wrong. The feminines are wrong. The feminines have the polar opposite of them to learn what they already know. You don't learn what they know. They already know their contract. Now, there are 1% that's different, but if you are changing your person to be spiritual, that is not correct. If they are generally spiritual, yes, that's fine, but you're not supposed to change them. I repeat, I want to say that. They have their contract, right? They agree and they say, when you go down, you're going to go straight into your contract to the masculine. You're going to be working, you're going to have, women, you're going to have all whatever, all that third party, you're going to have drama, you're going to be slogging away, la, 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 right? They're doing it. our contract, the feminine, you go down. Now you're going to have to search for spirituality. You got to search for the twin flame contract and find out why you're here. You got to search for enlightenment and read up about that. You got to find out about a Kabbalah. You got to find out about altered verses of reality. Theirs is done. Theirs is they're doing it. That's why you have a reading with me. I say your person's cool, sorted. It's you that have to learn to change. This is what the contract is. So it's very important you understand that. And I repeat, right, if you go in my playlist, well, you don't need to go and look at, because generally you don't need to look at me and David and you think, oh, we're so different. But David, let alone he's white, so there's difference, right? Then he's a security guard, right? He does counseling as well, but he's a security guard, right? So I'm spiritual black. It's complete opposites. It's complete opposites. But if you look at us together, you're aligned. That's another contract. You're supposed to show people it doesn't matter what you are, what color you are, what age you are, whatever, right? Generally an age gap, because there's a new wave of the twin flames and all that. But, you know, and there is a new wave of the younger generation, right? Which is, they're harder to change because they're very stubborn, but they are the new leaders at the same time. They're going to be taking over as more of presidential, the younger, I can't say this word, millennials. And before their children will be the new governments and stuff like that, because they are very independent. But the polar opposite, they're very much in their ego, right? Very hard. I know best. But that I know best will change this planet. My problem is you lot no confidence. None of you need a bit of what they have, this confidence of, you know, I'm going to do it my way, right? So they're very much entrepreneurs. That's why they chose me to start this community as the entrepreneurs, to teach them to go and make their own businesses. Anyway, going off track. So that's the new contract. The old way doesn't mean it's obsolete. If you feel aligned with the old contract and the other twin flames, I'm not saying they're no good and they don't help people, but it's far bigger than what they portray it to be. It's like as if they limit themselves. One twin flame couple out there, which is hardly ever, to be honest with you, they will be there and they will be talking about the love element, really. That's all they talk about there. You might get one which is talking about altered verses of reality. You might get one talking about humanitarian. Do you see what I mean? But I'm like, well, why can't you do all? You can't do all. This community, I'm like, yeah, if you feel more compelled to help dogs and cats, join me. I want to make a program. Joey was in this community, but if he doesn't make the gay program, I'm making a gay program. You know, join me, right? That's what we're about. We're not supposed to be single. You're supposed to be joining like it is, because we are all one. If they're not connected and they're joined as oneness, then they are separation and in their ego, right? And that's why that old contract failed, because there is no separation. For them to be over there, I don't give a shit how many views and subscribers. If they're saying they're aligned, you get every human being, right, gets intuition from birth. So you can get downloads, right? You can get that. That doesn't matter if you get it or not. But if you're not getting, you are getting the same downloads of about we are oneness. If they're talking about oneness, but they're separated and not giving out the information freely to the best of their ability to the most of the population and stuff like that, which the 99% of people lack. So they should be lowering their prices to target people who can, and all that kind of thing. Then they are in their ego of I am better, I am best, come book me. That was never the contract, and I will say it to them if they choose, and still no one's challenged me, although many still do watch because you lot share the videos to them. So anyway, so I don't care. So they need to know and wake up to what their contract is, and they're welcome to tell me their opinions as well. I have no issues with anyone coming to me and saying, what about this? And I'll go, okay, if you taught me something, I'll share it on my channel. That's what we're supposed to do. Please don't email me. I get emails from people. I just want to end it with this. I hate saying that. With all your situations, circumstances, and I'm connected to this planet and that planet, and this is what I'm getting, and check this out. Unless you're doing the work, you're literally negative. So why would I go and check out someone who's negative, right? If you're an enlightened being, which I don't really know much enlightened beings, then you wouldn't be sending someone an email with all this stuff and this, do that, would you? You'll be telling it to them and yourself on a channel. So I don't read any emails. I'm not here for you to guide me. I'm here to guide you. And you're here to do the same. I repeat, I'm not here to lodge to you. I'm here to guide you to be better than fucking me. That's why I'm here. So don't come and preach to me. Preach to them, right? But know your shit, right? You don't need to come teach me anything. You can do what I do. If you haven't got the confidence, then book me. I'm here to make you be like me, better than me. I'm not here for you to look at me. That's why I've come away from doing these videos, although I've made a big playlist for you to get all the information, so I don't need to do it as much. But today I got the guide to do this video and talk about the contract so that you know, because I've got a few new people. So there's the 5D contract, really what it is to the max. I don't know when I'm going to do another one. But I highly suggest you go through the rest of this playlist and find out about yourself, about your contract, about your person. The Twin Flame playlist, like I say, the old way is gone. So this is the new way of the contract. So I need to go through there, but there's a lot of videos. But most of the stuff I have, I think 4 playlists, 3 or 4. All the stuff should align for you. What's in there, regardless if you're like, I'm not a twin flame. I urge you to go and listen and find out what this twin flame contract is, and you will probably align and resonate with that title. So that's it. I'm out. Speak to you later.